Police in the Western Cape are seeking assistance in tracing the whereabouts of a 15-year-old girl. Spokesperson Joseph Swartbooi says that Liyema Moya was last seen by her mother on Sunday on the 24th of March at the Zweletemba in Worcester. Swartbooi says that it is alleged that Liyema left her home without informing anyone of her whereabouts. To take this discussion further, it's bringing Candice Van Der Rheede, a founder for Western Cape Missing Persons Unit, in fact, to highlight this issue of missing persons in South Africa. Candice, if you could hear me, good afternoon. Thank you for your time with the SABC at this hour.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Candice, at this point, paint the picture for us in a South African context, the reality of the ground, the cases that are coming to the fore, just on the back of Liyema, who's now also been added to the missing persons list.
Okay, I can only speak on the cases there that our organization is currently doing. But about 90% of the cases are due to social issues and people not saying where they are going to. The other 10% are always cases that are like very traumatizing cases where the bodies are found of these people and things like that, or they have been kidnapped or something like that.
All right, thank you for setting that context, because we're also trying to understand how to protect the elderly, how to protect the children, the elderly, as well as the most vulnerable. And so when we're looking at some of the practices, what to do in the event that someone is, said to be missing, what are those steps that need to be outlined?
Very first thing, there is no waiting period whatsoever to report someone missing. And people must always remember that the first hour is the most important hour after a person has gone missing, because as a lot of people might know, that as time goes by, it will be harder to find the person, especially when it comes to a minor or an elderly person or somebody with a disability. So please go and report the person missing immediately.
And in terms of the organizations contacting the Bureau for Missing Persons, NGOs, what becomes their role in the matter? In addition, the SAPS as well.
From our organization, what will actually happen is we will try and assist SAPS where we can by posting a flyer and then trying to see whether we can locate the person or not. Because we do have people throughout the Cape Metro in all the specific areas, we can always tell our volunteers to be on the lookout for that specific person that has been reported missing. And sometimes we do find on occasion that some of the SAPS officials do not want to take some of these cases. We also assist the clients in reporting the person missing, and so that a 55A can be filled in at the police station.
What about the role of the community in what transpires when someone is missing?
For community, is very important that they also play their role, because at the end of the day, our eyes and our ears and SAPS's eyes and ears cannot be everywhere. So when we put out a flyer, we would like for communities always to be alert, be aware of their surroundings, and always take note of who is missing, especially on our page, and just to be on the lookout for those specific people.
I actually wanted to speak about the role of the media as well in reporting these cases, updating the public on what transpired, but also once there is more information, whether the person has been found or, has been found to have passed away. I mean, what's the role in terms of communication and communicating those important details so that people know, the status and really what has transpired at the end?
It's very important to inform the media, and the media plays a very big role in especially when our people are missing, because a lot of the times when a lot of people have access to the voice, but they don't have access to social media or the internet. So voice or newspaper, they will see the missing person in the newspaper. So the media to us plays a very, very important role due to a lot of our missings being posted in newspapers or social media, things like that. That is how we have found our missing persons. And it is very important for us to inform the people as to how the person was found and when the person was found, because at the end of the day, we don't want our flyers circulating out there when the person has been found long time ago already.
No, absolutely. And just in terms of the information that's required upon reporting someone missing, talk to the details and the specifics that go into compiling, that flyer or that poster or that alert.
Okay, so what you need to do, as soon as a loved one or somebody that you know has gone missing, you need to go to your local SABC to report the person missing. Have a photograph, a printed picture of the person. It is not necessary. If you don't have one, you can still go. Don't let anybody tell you cannot open that 55 or you must have a picture in order for you to open up a 55A. Fill in the 55A form. Take the picture, give it to the officer, and then the officers will allocate a van or a detective to the case. When it comes to us, either SABC will send us then the information regarding the case, and then we will then put out a flyer, or people can feel free to contact our organization.
Candice, just as we wrap up, you alluded to, some of the contributing factors, including socioeconomic conditions. I just wanted to look at the number of cases that have come to the fore in South Africa, in a South African context, perhaps even with your organization. Are there concerns that it is on the rise? What would you attribute this to? How do we mitigate this against this as a society at large, dealing with this issue?
It is on the rise. It's something to be so worried about. And what I tend to do is I always, on our Facebook page, I always post about making sure that people know the whereabouts of, especially of children, because human trafficking is real. Kidnapping is real. It is something that is happening. It is something that is basically on the rise in all of our communities. And I always ask and beg and plead people, please be on the lookout for these people, especially when you see their flyers. Don't take for granted that, okay, the person might be out there having a good time or something like that. We don't know that. So we just urge the public to please be on the lookout for the missings that are currently missing. Be aware, be alert of your loved ones' surroundings at all times, because anything can happen, God forbid, if anything happens.
And as an organization, what are the psychosocial support on offer to assist the families or those who are directly affected undergoing this process?
Fortunately, our organization does have trained volunteers that can assist with counseling and try to help the families through this traumatic experience. So that is what our organization offers.